Have you guys ever hit that point where you ask yourself if this is even worth it anymore? You have been filming, you have been trying, and it feels like just no one cares, no one is watching, no one is calling you back, and no one's even giving you that shot. Like you pour your heart into something, right? And it just disappears into the void. If that's you, I get it. I've worn your shoes so many times. And from this, you start to wonder if maybe this dream is not realistic. You see others getting ahead. You start comparing and you start questioning if all the late nights and sacrifices are even worth it. But before you walk away from filmmaking entirely, I want you guys to hear this. You are not behind. You are not wasting your time. You are learning something that cannot be rushed. Even when you are burned out and tired of trying, that is when you are actually the closest to leveling up. So today, I want to share 10 lessons that I learned the hard way. You know, the ones that actually kept me going when it felt like no one was paying attention. And also the lessons I wish someone would have told me before I ever got into this industry. Now, if you guys saw last week's video about why film schools teach you wrong, I want to be clear about something. Not all film schools are bad, right? Some can help you find your community and experiment safely, but schools can only give you structure. It cannot give you grit. That comes from doing, like the work when no one is actually watching. That's what matters most. Now, if you have not seen that video, the link is in the description right there in the description box below. Yeah. It will give this one more context, but let me tell you guys something I wish I believed sooner. Gear, it does not make you a great filmmaker. I used to think that, you know, the right camera and the right lens would make the biggest difference. At the end of it all, none of it matters. If you do not understand business, story, light, and sound, if you don't understand those four concepts, that's it. Those four concepts are the most important. Now, when I started, I shot everything I could. I did not even care if it looked bad. I just wanted to learn, right? I was eager to learn and grow, and I literally shot things in my church parking lot with no light, just using natural light. Some in my living room using one lamp. I used tinfoil as a bounce, and I recorded audio even on my phone. The point of it all is that I failed, and I failed a lot. And those failures taught me more than any course or any school ever could. Now, if you can move someone with a cheap camera, you can move them with anything. So do not chase perfection, chase understanding. And when you master the basics, you can survive literally any set, any budget, and in any situation, which is why I mentioned before about the wedding industry, because it teaches you marketing, it teaches you communication, it teaches you everything you need to know. Think about this right now, though. What are you practicing? Are you chasing upgrades or building your skill? Tell me in the comments what part of filmmaking you are trying to master. Now let's talk about one of my big ones, and that's about silence. Like, you will pour everything into a project and sometimes nothing happens. You will spend months on a short and it just gets 5 views, and you will send your reel to someone and no one replies. And that silence, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it hurts. It hurts a lot, and it makes you question if you're actually good enough in this industry. But let me say this, and this is one thing I learned throughout my years, is silence is not rejection, it is refinement. Silence is where your voice is actually tested. And anyone can create when people are clapping, but real artists, they create when no one is watching. This quiet season might be shaping who you will become as a filmmaker. You know, the first time I led a set, I was actually obsessed with the perfect shot, and I forgot about the people. And filmmaking is literally about leadership, right? Leadership means staying calm when things fall apart. I've had sets where I've lost daylight, and I've had microphones fail on set. I have watched tension build and spread across a film set. But what happens in those moments? Where are all the eyes drawing? Well, they're drawing on you as a director, right? And your tone will set the room. If you guys panic, well, they're gonna panic. And if you stay calm, well, that's gonna let them breathe. See, people do not follow the camera or the gear, they follow composure. Directing is two things, creative and emotional. You lead by listening and you stay steady when no one else can. You know, no matter how well you actually plan, honestly, something will go wrong. And it's not an if, it's a when. You can have your whole production Bible done, but I mean, things happen, right? And you got to prepare for it. Like you will lose a location, or maybe the weather will shift to where you can't film outside for that scene, or maybe a hard drive will crash. God forbid. That is the most expensive thing ever, right? But you got to prepare for everything, like your storyboards, your shot lists, and your backups. These are your armor. And I've actually had days where everything collapsed. We made it through because we stayed flexible. And you know, preparation, it gives you freedom when things go sideways. The more prepared you are, the better the set is going to run. Now, if you have lived one of these days, share it in the comments because I would love to hear your story, literally. And maybe your story will help someone else not quit. Money will test you in the business. You will do free work. You will see others get paid more for doing less. And yet you will wonder if it's actually all worth it. Like, I've been broke, I've been burned. Every project I finished, even the unpaid ones, they tend to open other avenues or open new doors. It's all about connection. And you do not earn respect by talking about what you will do, you earn it by finishing. And I feel like completion is currency. People remember the ones who actually deliver. The money will actually just fall in later, and the habit of finishing actually builds your reputation and your confidence. You see, everyone will have an opinion about your work. Either it's going to be too different, you know, or not commercial enough. And if you are not careful, you will start shaping your art to please them. And in the end of it, well, you lose yourself. So what I'm saying is, if you chase what everyone else is making, you will forget why you started making things at all. Like, your voice is your fingerprint and it cannot be replaced. Make work that feels true, even if it's rough, right? And even if no one gets it yet, truth outlives the trends. Filmmaking does not reward speed, it rewards endurance. Everyone wants to blow up overnight, and I've seen it everywhere on social media, like, woo, I'm the biggest. But most success stories took years to look like they actually happened in one night, right? Let's be honest. Like, I have made projects that flopped and ideas that no one really cared about and things I thought would change everything and they literally did not. Each one taught me something that the next one actually needed. And I feel like the one thing I can say from this is you do not lose when you fail, you lose when you stop showing up. Like, this industry can make you cynical and you will see a lot of egos and a lot of shortcuts and systems that literally do not care about creativity. So do not lose your curiosity, because every set and every problem and every mistake can teach you something. Like, the moment you stop being curious, you stop growing. Let's talk about AI for a second though, because AI, God, I'm starting to get frustrated with AI, because I seen this thing in California with someone creating this AI actress, and let's just be honest for a second here, okay? It's meant to assist you, it's not meant to take over. And AI can help you move faster, but it cannot replace your taste. It cannot replace your eye. And most importantly, it cannot replace your story. It cannot replace your voice at all. Point blank. That's what I'm saying on it. Like, people will forget what you made before they forget how you made them feel. Like, your crew is trusting you with their time and energy, so honor that. Feed them, thank them, listen to them. You know, talent, it opens doors, and character will keep that door open. Think about someone who helped you recently. I want you guys to do something here, okay? Just think about that one person, text them and tell them, hey, you appreciate them, because that actually matters. It goes far, trust me. Like, you started this because you loved it, right? I started it because I loved it. So do not let the grind bury that spark. Every shoot has a moment where it literally clicks and you see something through the lens and you remember why you actually started it. So hold on to that. Hold on to that. Protect it. That spark keeps you from walking away when everything gets hard, and it is going to get hard, right? Burnout happens. I mentioned it last week and we will go deeper soon on this, but burnout is what happens when passion collides with exhaustion, and every creative person will face it. I have hit that wall more times to count. And when it happens, I just shift my focus, right? I just pivot. If I'm burned out on editing, I study lighting. And if I'm burned out on directing, I dive into sound or color. And sometimes I even pivot away from filmmaking entirely. I do stuff that I love, like working on music or working on the car, things that just keep my mind active. But regardless, I still stay in the craft. I just move to a different corner of it, if that makes sense. Because that keeps that fire alive without forcing it. And if you are burned out right now, just don't quit. Do what I do. Pivot. Just pivot the direction. Learn something new until the joy comes back. Next week, we will cover how to recover from burnout and rebuild momentum and fall in love with creating again, because that's what we all love to do, right? Filmmaking can feel lonely as well. Like, you think no one gets it, but every filmmaker who ever made something great started alone too. When someone asked me what advice I would give to a new filmmaker, I realized it's literally not one answer. It's all of these right here, right? It's learning, leading, failing, growing, just keeping your heart open through everything. And if you can do all that and stay in love with the process, you're gonna make it. But I think out of all this, before you quit filmmaking entirely, just take a breath, take a step back, pick up that camera and just film something goofy, okay? If I get enough comments, I might show you guys my first film, which is awful. But yeah, I think you guys will be laughing your heads off on how bad it really is. I think the most important thing out of this is just telling your story, because your voice matters, right? The next thing you make might not actually change the world, but it might change you. From all this, I do want to hear from you guys. I want to know your guys' struggle. I want to know your stories. Like, I want to know what is that one thing that keeps you going. So leave it in the comments. Your story might help someone. We are all in this together. Different stories, same fight. But filmmaking does not have to be this hard. So let's fix it together.